Greetings, Cosmos, and welcome to Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. Master, Irene, I would like to ask you something. Yes, sir. Who should rule, we Sinistrals or humans? There's no doubt in my mind that we should rule. But why do you ask that, sir? Judgment time with the dual blade has come. Are you saying the dual blade is resonating? Would you go? Yes, sir. So I keep singing the praises of this game. I figure I should, give it a playthrough again to see if it holds up. And there are bits about it that I don't like. There are bits about it that I really like. Oh, hey, look, it's the Triforce, but upside down and as an island. I'm not going to play the first Lufia. Okay, so the options here. Oh, I think I cheated on this file because... Anyway, just let you start a normal game. Retry. In spite of the name, you play with 4 times the money and experience intake. You don't carry anything over from the previous time. And gift is just the ancient cave. I'm gonna do the regular start. I want to experience this game right and proper, Tia, are you home? Hey, Maxim, how was work today? Alright, I got 6 jellies. Let's see, that'll be 120 gold pieces, right? Wait a minute, Tia, I said 6 jellies. That comes to 180 gold pieces. Look, monsters are cheap these days. The city's suffering, so I can't pay the top price. Yeah, it's true, more monsters every day. It's spooky, Well, I should appreciate it, though. I'm a monster hunter. I'd lose my job without them. Maxim, have you thought about getting an ordinary job? What is an ordinary job, anyway? Let's see. Like, a shop owner, perhaps? Me? Shop owner? Ha! That'll be the day. How can you be so insensitive? Did you say something to you? Forget it. Here's your money. So, I don't have any spells yet. Capsule doesn't do anything yet. Small knife, cloth, and no other equipment. I like how this has an optimized button. I played this before I ever played Final Fantasy anything. Oh hey, IP 0%. Anyway, this'll make sense later. Config, message speed. Oh, starts with fast. Battle cursor starts on memory. Status cursor starts on memory. Scenario item. Oh, I think these are just key items. Let's see. Potion partially restores HP. Arrow. Let's get out of here. Why doesn't Tia get upset at anyone except you, Maxim? Doesn't she like you? Exactly. I could hear Tia's voice from here. You should apologize to her later, okay? Hey, Maxim, how's the warrior business? I have to go to Summerton to get my grandpa's favorite tea. Don't you think there are more monsters in the cave to Sundleton than there used to be? No formal training, yet your swordsmanship is good. You must have natural talent. The city is so peaceful. Hello there. Which spell do you want? Let's see, I can't afford any of these. But Strong is a healing spell, Spark is small fireballs, Poison is an antidote for poison. Listen, Maxim, there's a somewhat unusual way to use spells. Would you like to know about it? There's no such thing as a one enemy or all enemies spell anymore. It's any spell for any enemy. When there are 3 jellies, you can put a spell on any or all of them. Of course, if you attack all of them, the damage is less compared to attacking just one. You can concentrate your spell against one enemy or spread it out to attack weak enemies all at once. Also, it's too troublesome to choose one enemy at a time when attacking all of them. In that case, use the R button to select all the enemies at once. Remember this. But what is an R button anyway? I don't know. Do you, Maxim? Okay, city is so peaceful. The church is where you go to save. What can I do for you today? I've been around for quite some time. I know many things, you see. What do you wish to know? You can see help in battle or when you buy items. Place the cursor at a spell or item and press X button. Help is great when you don't know the effect of a spell. But where does it come from, I wonder? I saw a red ball of light shoot into the northern sea last night. I wonder what it was. My granddaughter, Daisy, is going to Sullivan to buy some wonderful tea. I so look forward to it. I have a sense of foreboding these days. I hope it's nothing. So, well, it's kind of a cliche nowadays that, oh, there's a villain showing up, therefore there's more monsters. Back in the day, that was exclusive to, like, this series and Dragon Quest. Maxim, I'll show you my secret to dungeon fighting sometime soon. You've done a lot for us. Can't take your money. Do you want to stay over? Maxim doesn't have a house in his hometown. I guess he just stays at the inn. Welcome to Elcid. Please be careful. Anyway, do you need anything? Damages all enemies, escape from dungeons and labyrinths, allow you to visit any place you've already visited. Selling those as items this early on is a good sign. Oh, it's you, Maxim. This is a good time to show you my secret techniques for fighting in dungeons. I'll wait for you at the dungeon south of here. What if I go north instead? Cave to Sundleton, B1. The monsters are going crazy inside. I wouldn't go in if I were you. Yeah, this game does a lot of that. That whole, oh, until you complete a certain amount of plot, we refuse to allow you to go further. Oh, hey. A couple of lizards. Ow. So I have 20 maximum hit points. There are certain battles that you're supposed to lose on your first time through, but if you do the retry mode, you can actually win them, and you get great prizes. I won't be winning them. You took so long, Maxim. Let's go ahead and start the lesson for secret techniques in the dungeon. First, the important thing is to learn the patterns of the monster's movements. Monsters move only when you move, so don't worry even if a monster is in front of you. Oh good, I see a jelly right there. Why don't you try to get that jelly? Okay. It's a red jelly. Yay, I win! That's our Maxim. Jellies are nothing for him. Don't get cocky. Some monsters are fast, gaining 2 steps to year 1. Also, when there are many monsters in a room, don't let them surround you. Of course, the monsters move only when you move, so stop and think before you act. Good, let's move on to the next room. Enter from the door above. In this room, we will learn how to use skills. Press the select button to display the skills you have. Select the skill you wish to use. You now only have the skill arrow, but you will receive more. Incidentally, arrows can freeze enemy movement for a while. Press the Y button to shoot them. When you hit an enemy with an arrow, it's temporarily paralyzed. Bumping into a paralyzed enemy doesn't lead to a battle. Skills never run out, so shoot an arrow when you don't feel like fighting. Select the skill you wish to use with the select button and press Y button to use it. You will use your skills most in dungeons. You can fight with that jelly there or use skill to stop its movement and not fight. It's up to you. Some enemies only move every other step you take, but I want experience in gold. Gimme. Oh, hey, look at that. 7 hit points. That increased my hit points by a third. The bridge gave way, but can we cross when the switch on the back is turned on? The switch is not within your reach. We're in trouble. You can't go on. I was just kidding. You can also use skills in a situation like this. Arrows don't only stop any movement. Why don't you hit that switch with an arrow? Well, if I go this way, it's locked. Hey, the major things I like about this game are the Zelda-like puzzles and the fact that random encounters are pre-existing rather than random. The door of the room above is locked. Can you find the key to open it? Can you see the switch at the upper left? Stand on top of it. See, that opened the door. However, step off the switch to close the door. Got it? In other words, that switch works only with something on top of it. Now, what should you do? The answer is this pillar. Stand next to the pillar and walk while pressing the A button. Alright, go upstairs now. That's right, Maxim. Please wait a moment. I almost forgot. I forgot to give you one very precious spell. You can't survive the dungeon without it. It's reset. When you solve a trick in this room by pushing something, you must remember one thing. Although you can push the pillars, you can't pull them. In other words, if you push the pillar against the wall or door, you can't do nothing more, or you can do nothing more. Don't worry, there is a reset spell that sets it all up again. This spell sends you back in time to when you had just entered the room. Everything in the room returns to its original position, including the monsters. Reset does not take any MP, thus you can use it as many times as you wish. Possess this spell and you'll have nothing to fear. I shall give you the reset spell. Yay! You can also find reset on the skill ring. Press select then up or down on the control pad. So this is the skill ring he's talking about. I can go left or right to cycle around to arrow. Up or down gets me to reset and back again. Okay, here's a mechanic that's used pretty rarely. Whenever you see arrows like those on the cliff on the right, you can jump down. Give it a try. Like, I don't recall this being used very often. Maybe if I pay more attention, it'll show up more. The next door will be open when you defeat all the monsters. When we can't find any device or tricks, one way to solve a problem is to defeat all the monsters. Surprise attack. One of the things I like about this game is that you can clear all the encounters out of a room, and that'll give you plenty of time to explore without worrying about the encounters messing up your exploration, interrupting your train of thought, which is maybe less of an issue for other people, but for me, getting my train of thought interrupted by an encounter is a huge problem. Press the B button to swing your sword. You can cut grass using the sword. Sometimes switches are hidden under the grass. Why don't you try to find one? In this case, it's obvious. Some other cases, it's less obvious. Press the A button to pick up and put down the vase. This is a unique skill. Press the control pad while pressing the R button to change direction without moving. You need this skill to change direction when there's nowhere else to turn. Don't forget how to use the R button. Let's see. What do you think will happen when you put that file on that slate? Why don't you try? Well, I guess I finished the lesson. Of course, you have only begun to learn. To get through many dungeons, you must try many different things. It's not easy to do, but I'm certain you'll make it. Well, I must be off. And so that's the training dungeon. It may not be the most elegant way to teach stuff, but, you know, it teaches the basics. Hey, Max, I was about to have dinner. Would you care to join me? Love to. I made something special, Maxim. Wait a minute, okay? Ta-da! It's fish pot pie made of Navaroa, the phantom fish. So this is Navaroa, huh? I've heard of it before, but I've never seen it. I know, I've never seen it either. What's it taste like, I wonder? Let's dig in. Well, let's see. How is it? What shall I say? Tia, why don't you try some? I will, here goes. And? This is pretty bad, that's what this is. You think so too? It's not your cooking, it's the fish, don't you think? Why is this called the phantom fish then? Because it tastes so bad that nobody eats it, something like that. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to cook something really tasty for you. Well, maybe it's not that bad if you cover it with lemon or something. See, it's not bad. Yeah, sauces can do amazing things sometimes. Well, I guess you could eat it that way. See, it's already tasting better. Yeah, you're right. How odd. Maybe that's why it's called the phantom fish. Well, it at least brought us a cheerful evening. Ha ha ha. I guess so. Well, I'm stuffed. Let me get some tea. Here you are. Thanks. Say, Maxim. Yeah? Why are you always in battle? Why do you ask such a thing all of a sudden? You're the only one fighting monsters. Not many people fight to live. Why you? I've been fighting ever since I can remember. I've never asked myself why. I've never met anyone quite like you before. Well, thanks for dinner. I'll make it up to you sometime. Don't worry about it. It's no fun to eat alone anyway. Join me again sometime, okay? I'd love to. Eating is something I do very well, you see. Well, bye. Yeah, that wasn't something I could control him leaving. Bad news, everyone. What is it? A horde of monsters appear in the cave on the way to Sundleton. Are you sure about that? That's horrible. Daisy, will monsters come to this city too? Well, I don't think they will, but unfortunately that's not the only problem we've got on our hands. What do you mean? The monsters have closed the door at the back of the cave. We can't get to Sundleton without the key. That's not good. So does anyone have any ideas about what we should do? Well, no, I don't. The North Cave monsters are weak. The real problem is the door is locked. Maxim, you're the only one who can get the key for the monsters. Please try. For heaven's sakes, what is really going on? Maxim, you must know something. As I see it, you're the only one in the city that can take on these monsters. Sounds like the monsters are going mental in North Cave, huh? Maxim, can you do something? Is it true that monsters came to the North Cave? You're going to get them, aren't you, Maxim? I always go to Sundleton for my grandpa's favorite tea, but I can't go anymore. I know he's going to be so disappointed. Anyway, that's an issue for next. Hey, I got some gold. How much money do I have? Not enough to buy any spells. So, save. Cure, I think, cures various status conditions, and lifts curses, which take... There's various pieces of cursed equipment. This removes the curse, and changes the equipment, actually. Anyway, we'll see more about that later. Join me next time, when I go to the North Cave.